We say ugly and you say wrong. Well, this time we're not judging, so we decided to let you make the decisions on this one by choosing the top suggestions from previous videos. This is Reacher, and I'm here to bring you 20 ugly vehicles picked by our viewers.
Number 20.
This one was offered up as a prototype in 1952, with the first completed model hitting the road in 1954. Each one was built around a stripped down and reconditioned Plymouth chassis. Those tubes extending from the rear fenders were an included feature for storing and transporting things such as fishing gear. Although demand was good on a regional level, the company stopped production of the sport wagon in 1956 due to a lack of second-hand parts.
Number 19.
This light-duty pickup was produced from 1960 to 1964 by Studebaker using a number of existing components from previous trucks as well as the front half of a Lark 4-door sedan. Standard powertrains included a 6 or 8-cylinder engine, an automatic or manual 3-speed transmission. Unfortunately, few changes were made to the Champ, which caused a decline in sales over time. The company's former plant in South Bend, Indiana, currently houses and sells all of the stock parts that were left after the company closed.
Number 18.
This pug-nosed entry from Bedford Vehicles was produced over 17 years, starting in 1952. Short and long wheelbases, along with a sliding door, allowed it to be marketed as a light commercial vehicle. Although it went through few changes over its lifespan, other than minor ones to the body and powertrain, it was considered the go-to van of its time, inspiring the creation of a camper van version.
Number 17.
This two-door hatchback was promoted as the first wide small car due to its having a width equal to most full-size domestic vehicles of that era. Sold during a time when Detroit was producing gas guzzlers, the Pacer was only on the market from 1975 to 1979. It had an unusual shape and a controversial style that incorporated large glass windows throughout, adding to the overall weight. This design was dubbed the Flying Fish Bowl by Car and Driver magazine in 1976.
Number 16.
This full-size pickup from Chevrolet saw production starting in 2001. Original models came with a bed cover and fold-down back seats which extended the bed to give it the feel of an SUV. Options on this one included an off-road and on-road package in addition to a Southern Comfort branded version. Peaking in sales in its third year, the truck's demand declined until it ceased production in 2013.
Number 15.
This mid-size crossover was well received by the public when the concept was first revealed in 1999. Produced over a 4-year span from 2001 to 2005, it came with 4 doors, 4-wheel drive, a 4-speed transmission, and, wait for it, a 6-cylinder engine. I really feel like someone missed the goal on that last part. The Aztek ended up being called one of the worst automobiles ever produced, but it has seen renewed interest due to it being used in the TV show Breaking Bad. While you're trying to decide if your car could make this list, be sure and hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to stay up to date on all of our latest videos.
Number 14.
This truck has the distinction of being the first Lincoln manufactured outside the state of Michigan since 1958. It was marketed in the US and Mexico only for the 2002 model and 2002 and 2003 models respectively. The Blackwood was built around a Ford F-150 Super Crew with modifications to the interior, powertrain, and body, which included paint lines on the rear fenders, a bed cover, and a split tailgate. All of this, along with a $53,000 price tag, led to a run that saw just 3,357 units produced.
Number 13.
This line of trucks by Studebaker saw a market from 1956 to 1963, with 1959 being the only year in that span that didn't see a model produced with the Transtar name. Multiple vehicles were created under the model name through the years it was in production, but unfortunately little was done to remake the outdated design. Production of all of the trucks was halted in 1963 when the company shut down its United States factory.
Number 12.
This truck from the Chevrolet AK series was sold as a light-duty truck with production beginning in 1941 and lasting until 1947. Chevy offered its trucks with the cab-over engine as a utility vehicle consisting of the cab and frame only, which allowed the owner to add an aftermarket bed to suit their needs. An example of this is the 1941 model that's used in the movie Jeepers Creepers, which has a custom-designed box built onto the frame behind the cab.
Number 11.
This 5-door subcompact was a product of the Chrysler Corporation that came along just in time to help save the company from filing for bankruptcy. It was based on the European Chrysler Horizon and was produced during a 13-year span from 1977 to 1990. A modified version of the Dodge Omni was created by Carroll Shelby and marketed as a Shelby during the years of 1986 and 1987. Sadly, it has nothing in common with the Shelby Mustang other than the name.
Number 10.
This entry from AMC was marketed as both America's first subcompact and the first American-built import. Introduced in 1970, it had a total production of 671,475 units over the course of its 8-year run. In 2007, Time magazine called it one of the 50 worst cars of all time, whereas Popular Science touted it as one of the 6 historic cars that took small steps to a smart future.
Number 9.
This unique-looking truck was built by Dodge from 1966 to 1971. It was based on the A100 van and retained the forward control design. The unibody vehicle had a flat nose which placed the engine between the driver and passenger. Changes were made each year to try to remain competitive, but poor sales and a changing vehicle market contributed to the A100's demise.
Number 8.
This is another example of a company deciding to try and make one of its vehicles into a truck. The Escalade EXT is a twin of the Chevy Avalanche and was a direct competitor of the Lincoln Blackwood, 2 trucks that were previously featured in this video. Autoblog.com ranked the EXT as the 10th worst selling vehicle in the US during its final year on the market. Say what you will about it, but they made the truck look good when they used it in the second of the Matrix movies.
Number 7.
This entry is the first and only station wagon on the list. Produced from 1959 to 1978, the Saab 95 is based off of the Saab 93 sedan and Saab 96. In the last year of production, only 470 were made, bringing the total number of units produced to 110,527.
Number 6.
First off, let me be clear. I own and drive a Prius. Feel free to respond to that part in the comments as you see fit. The first generation Prius was made available to the public in 1997 in a limited number of countries with a worldwide release in 2000. The car is now in its 4th generation release with sales that account for over 61% of the hybrids sold worldwide by Toyota.
Number 5.
This entry is another of the front looks like a car, back looks like a truck variety. The Rampage was manufactured over a 3-year span from 1982 to 1984 with a rebadged version called the Plymouth Scamp available in 1983 only. The subcompact coupe didn't sell as intended with total sales of just under 41,000 units for both vehicles.
Number 4.
This second generation release of the Ranchero was based on Ford's 2-door Falcon sedan. Produced from 1960 to 1965, the vehicle came out due to the ever-changing market leaning towards smaller and more economical cars. 3 different body styles were available for this one depending on the country a person was living in. There were also extremely super cool names for the 2 transmission options, the Ford-O-Matic and Cruise-O-Matic.
Number 3.
This entry and the next one were both suggested by the same person. We felt it was fitting to use two of them considering how many were thrown at us. There were basically two different body styles available for the van. The first was the base version called the Corvair, which was a panel van with no sides or rear windows. The second was called the Greenbrier, which had 6 doors and windows all around, with an 8-door option offering opening double doors on both sides and seating for up to 9 people.
Number 2.
This little truck was from the Mazda B series. In 1972, Ford changed up the front end a bit, slapped the Courier name on it, and sold it under their brand. It was sold in North America through 1982, with the company marketing the Ford Ranger as a replacement starting in 1983. The Courier continued to be sold in other countries and reached a 4th generation model before production was halted in 2013. So are any of these cars your favorite? Be sure and let us know in the comments which one it is, or if you even think they're ugly at all.
Number 1.
This final entry on our list is one of the most innovative in GM history. Not only did it have a rear-mounted engine like other Corvair vehicles, it also had a swing-down panel on the passenger side. This namesake forms a ramp that allows for easier loading and unloading of cargo. First-year sales in 1961 were decent, but the following year's sales were less than expected, which led to GM stopping production in 1964.
Hey guys, this is Cassie. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell us in the comments below what you found to be the most interesting and why. Also, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the bell notification next to the subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our latest videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.